Welcome to Yadda Yadda. I'm Cynthia Scheltema. So glad you could join us this evening. It's the holiday season, and I hope that you started this week well. I hope your Monday has gone wonderfully for you, and I hope you're like me and you've kicked off your shoes and you're enjoying a nice glass of wine. And Southern Wine and Spirits always provides us with a wonderful bottle of wine, and tonight it is called Consentino. It's a Meritage. It's a California white wine, and it's very yummy. So I hope that you have an adult beverage yourself and that you're enjoying this evening as well. With the holidays coming up, you try to figure out, okay, if you have relatives coming in, where you're going to take them to go to eat and spend time with them, and what's kind of a Pensacola thing to do. Well, there's a new Pensacola thing for you to do, and that is to go to Finnegan's Wake. And Finnegan's Wake is a new authentic Irish bar and restaurant, which is located up off a 9-mile road. And Mary Ann Patty is involved in this restaurant, and you've seen her a number of times on the show, and are familiar with Joe Patty's Seafood, of course. And Finnegan's Wake is someplace you really need to go to because the food is wonderful, the decor is really kind of cool. It's different from McGuire's, but it's another alternative for you, and it's in a different area of town, so it may be more convenient for you than coming all the way downtown. So please try it out. It's a wonderful restaurant, and it's a great place to take your family and people who are coming to visit, or just go by yourselves and have a great time. I was listening to the news this morning, and there was an announcement that the people that were in charge of the Toys for Tots, where they gather toys, and the toys are distributed to children who may not have toys for Christmas, in addition to Santa Claus, of course, but they aren't getting as many donations as they had in years past, and same with Communities Caring for Christmas and some other organizations that accept donations and toys for families and children who are having a little bit of a tough time this year. So we want everyone to open up their hearts and open up their wallets and help out these organizations to make sure that everyone has a wonderful Christmas. And just to see the little twinkle in the kids' eyes and everything, such a wonderful thing. I'm sure that you would definitely, it's a win-win thing. You give and you receive back double. So I hope that you take that in mind this holiday season. With the holidays, I'm always wondering about Santa Claus. For years, Santa Claus has come to see me, and sometimes I've been naughty, sometimes I've been nice, but I've always wondered about that. All the questions I've had about Santa over the years, and ever since I was little, there are so many things I wanted to know. Well, now there is actually a CD out there that has all of the answers for you. And you can make this a wonderful holiday tradition yourself. It's a CD, a double CD, and it's entitled 101 Questions About Santa Claus, and it's as answered by Santa himself. And you can go to our website, yaddagirls@blogspot.com, and click on the link, and you can find out more information or even order this CD set. And it's really a great thing to do during the holiday season. When you got kids around ages 1 to 101, everyone will enjoy this. And I just think it's a very cool thing. And there are actually Pensacola children asking these questions about what's going on with Santa and where the reindeer come from, and how does he make it through the night? How does he visit everywhere all in one single night? Why does he wear red? Do you leave the liverwurst sandwich out or the chocolate chip cookies? What's the food du jour for Santa this year? And so anyway, there are lots of questions here and lots of answers, and I think that everyone needs to have this so that they can enjoy a little bit of the the history and the mystery of Santa Claus. We're going to take a break right now. We've got a good show for you tonight. Once again, trying to make the holiday season a little less stressful for you, so I'm going to show you how to make some beautiful bows. And so we're going to take a break and hear from our fabulous sponsors. And when we get back, I'm going to try to make some bows for us this evening and just show you that even Cynthia can do it. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
On the Gulf Coast, seafood is comfort food. No one knows that better than Captain Joey Patty's Seafood Restaurant. Our kitchens have been cooking up Pensacola's finest seafood since 1987. We don't have fancy plates. What we do have is great gumbo, shrimp, oysters, and fresh fish that is caught, cooked, and served by Pensacola's first family of seafood. Captain Joey Patty's Seafood Restaurant, serving lunch on C Street by the bay, and coming soon to 9 Mile Road.
I, Taddy.
I, Kate.
I, Peter Newhouse, scientist and father of two.
Do solemnly promise
to celebrate daily.
Beautiful Pensacola.
A glorious city.
Poised for greatness.
The real Florida.
Pensacola, a genuine treasure.
A spirited place.
Where brilliant and innovative people are committed to
growing green, clean businesses.
From this day forward, each and every day.
Every single day.
We will strive
to be the greatest city in Florida.
The time is now.
The time is now.
The time is now.
He's a man, such a man, such a man. He's a real man's man. He's a man.
Welcome back to Yadda Yadda. You know, I'm hoping that we can show some of this right here. I actually went to my holiday closet, and I'm one of these people who I actually went to the bow making class at Michael's a few years ago and learned how to make bows. And I'm really hoping that I can remember for you tonight how to make these. But actually, it wasn't that difficult to do as long as you have the right types of things to be able to make these bows. Can we show a little bit more of what I have here? Yes, I have this bag. It was from the mall from the Houston Galleria. The shop is called BB, which is, oh, fabulous, fabulous. Anyway, can't fit in half the things there, but, you know, love to look. But also, I just use it to store all these ribbons. And I don't throw away ribbons. And if you buy good ribbons, they can last you years. And I'm not talking about the ones that you pull off the sticky on the back and slap it on a box, because that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're actually taking some real ribbon and we're going to make a bow. Now, this is really a lot easier than you think it is. And still, if it still freaks you out after you watch me do this, then you can always go to Michael's or go to a florist and have them make bows for you. What I suggest is that you get a roll of ribbon, of good ribbon, and if it's wired ribbon, that's the best way to do it. And the wired ribbon actually holds its shape better, and it's easier to work with than just the plain ribbon. Yeah, it costs more, but this ribbon will last you forever. So, you know, and I tell you, when everyone unwraps all of the packages, you need to go, you know, make the mad dash for the prettiest bows in the pile and put them in your purse, because you can use those again next year. And everyone understands, you know, no one throws away the bows when they're pretty bows. Okay, so what I have is my wired ribbon, and I have some floral wire, which is right here, or, you know, if you get in a bind, you can use those little twisty things for the trash bags or the bread or whatever it is that you have in the house. And you get yourself a little piece of wire, and this works out real handy. You got your wire cutters. See, I actually have my own wire cutters. So you take the ribbon and you make a little loop, and you take the wire. Can we get a little bit closer on this, you think? So, because I know this is like surgery, you know, this is like plastic surgery, sort of, you know, ribbons and wires and maybe not, but anyway, you take the wire and you wrap it around just a little bit and twist it so that you have a nice little, you see this little loopy thing right here? Okay, and then you take your ribbon and you start making a bow, and you just go back and forth and back and forth. So now you have that center of the bow, which is that one little loopy thing, and then you can make this ribbon as large as you would like to. And you know, if you want a really big fluffy ribbon, then you might want to use a whole roll. And these rolls are usually about 10 yards. And if you're making a bow for a wreath or something that's, you know, that's a good size, you're going to need to have a lot of ribbon. So don't think that when you buy a roll of ribbon that you're going to get, you know, 4 or 5 bows out of it, because you're not. You're going to get probably 2 nice sized bows, and that's going to be it. So anyway, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops, and the little loopy in the middle. And so then I'm going to go ahead and cut this like that, and I'm going to take the wire that I had looped around, and I'm actually going to take that and go around the back of it, and I'm going to tighten it real tight so that it twists on the back. Now, if you can see this or not. And this is a pretty light gauge floral wire, so it's easy to work with. So then I've got my loopy, and look at this. See this? I've got this all ready. Now, what you do is you take it and you spread it out. This is great. So I'm spreading it out just like this. And you know, you can make these loops different sizes if you want to, or you can make them the same size. And just make it a beautiful bow, just like this. And then, you know, I will tell you, I took this box. I have this wonderful little box that I actually spray painted because I didn't feel like wrapping it, sorry. So I spray painted the box, and then you can put the bow on this beautiful box, and you can add another little part. Can we show a little bit of this on the box, you think? I'm kind of surprising everyone today about making this bow. I thought I was going to have someone, like a real person, make this bow, but this is another one of those things. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So now, when you see, here's it's a very pretty fluffy bow. It looks really pretty. And then I'm going to take this other side of the bow, and I'm going to trim it at an angle. And so I've got another little loop down here, which I'm going to fasten again with the wire. And you can just keep twisting that and fasten everything. And then now look, I've got this gorgeous bow right here on this package. So it's, you know, it's great. It's like, it can be a beautiful bow. I hear
Isn't
a voice.
that beautiful?
I love it.
What do we have?
Well, now,
My goodness.
I think we're being summoned.
Wow! Look who's here! I can't believe it!
Well, my goodness, Cynthia, how are you? That's
I'm doing fine.
a lovely boat.
Wow! Well, you know, I didn't know I was going to have to make it, and you were going to be here and watch.
Well, I think you pass.
Wow! Well, thank you. You know, does this mean maybe I can come work in the workshop sometime?
Well, we only have elves in the workshop, but we wouldn't mind showing you around sometime.
That would be great.
Yeah.
You know, I am kind of short, so.
Well, but your ears are not pointed enough.
Oh dear, I'll have to work on that part. Maybe next week I can have pointy ears.
Well, yes, you know,
I can try that.
If they have liposuction, they can have.
That's right. That's right. You know, they do all kinds of things for ears. You know, they take them their way out here. You know, they bring them. You know,
They can
put
put
them
'em
back
right
like
back.
this, so they should be able to make some pointy ears for me too.
Well, they could, but
That'd be great.
if you'd like to work in the workshop, that's quite nice. But you know, they keep quite busy.
I know, and this is what? How did you guys even get? I mean, aren't you supposed to be like up there doing all kinds of stuff?
You know, we do have this list.
Oh,
And-
the list. The list. They have the list. The list. Oh my God.
And we've
this
been
is
checking.
the
it.
list?
This is the list. Yes, those are the boys. That's written in reindeer.
Oh, that's
You
why
can see.
I can't read it at all.
And these are the girls. They're written in elf.
In elf. Okay, okay. Is my name on? This is the good list, right?
Cynthia. Oh, there's Cynthia right there. Oh,
is it the
I'm
right
sorry.
one? It's different, Cynthia. Okay.
It's not the right Cynthia.
Maybe next year I'll make the list.
There it is.
Oh, good.
Yes, you are on the list. Yes.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Good. Okay. I've been working on that. Okay. Now, I do have to ask you though. What about like George Stewart? Is he on the list? George Stewart.
I believe he has the opportunity.
Yes, he
for
can
improvement.
Yes,
the opportunity
he can make it onto the list. There's still enough time.
Still time. Okay. Now, what about George Bush?
Well, George Bush, of course, is on the good boy list.
Okay, that's good to know.
A president?
Yes,
Oh,
I just thought I'd check.
Absolutely.
You never know. I just wanted to check. So is there anyone else that's on that list that that maybe we should, or maybe someone that's not on that list that we should, maybe give a hint to, or anything like that?
Oh, there are a lot of children out there that are going to be on this list.
Now, how do you know? Who makes that list? Do you make that list?
Well, I have a lot of assistants.
The elves.
The elves.
Yes, they're watching.
There's a elf on a shelf in a lot of homes. Some people notice, some people don't.
An elf on a shelf?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You mean I have a shelf at home with an elf on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You haven't noticed?
I haven't noticed.
Well, it does take a sharp eye.
It does.
It does.
So it's something you really have to look for. You got to look for that elf on the shelf.
But they're there.
Okay. So we need to make sure. Now, do they want you to see them?
Well, they don't mind.
No, they don't mind though.
They don't mind.
No,
okay,
not
so
at
they
all.
can be there, and you can look at them, and you can wave at them.
Sure,
and
that's right.
And they're very friendly little elves.
And they, like I and Mrs. Claus, can see through walls.
You can see through walls?
Absolutely. There was a time when I couldn't.
Right.
So I had to invent a device to do that.
Wow. And what device was that?
Well, it's a very technical device.
Yeah.
It has two positions, up and down.
Uh-huh.
I call it a window.
Santa, you slay me.
Okay. Okay. Now, Santa, I got to ask you this.
Yes.
Are these extensions, or is that real?
Oh, well, they're extensions of what used to be there.
Oh!
But it's just longer now than it was before.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's very lovely.
Oh, thank you.
It is lovely.
You know, most people want to know whether he sleeps with his beard under or on top of the covers, too.
Which way is it?
Oh, it's definitely on top of the covers.
On top of the covers.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so, when we leave the goodies for Santa, at night.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what kind of goodie? I mean, should we leave is it the liverwurst sandwich?
Well,
or
now
is it
there are those who suggest the liver loaf.
Yeah.
And Santa does like liver loaf.
I know you do.
Liver loaf.
With onions.
With onions.
But
But Mrs. Claus doesn't.
I've been told if I'm going to check in on the children, they're best left undisturbed.
And not wake them.
And not wake them.
That's right.
It's
Good
not to
point.
have that.
Yes.
Right.
So I particularly like cookies.
Cookies.
Now, there has been a problem with obesity in this country. I believe that's been in your news quite a bit. And I've been trying for a number of years to fight that at the poll.
Mm-hmm.
There are 0-calorie chocolate chip cookies.
That's what I thought.
That's right.
I thought there's like
chip
elf and
cookies.
magic. What about those guys
Not
from the
so
tree?
many.
The
Not
little hollow
so
tree guys?
many.
Yeah,
The Keeblers.
well,
The Keeblers.
Yes, the Keeblers.
Yes,
Yep.
there's some good elves live in that tree.
Okay.
Oh, my heavens, yes.
Well, I'm okay. So
Carrots,
Yes.
broccoli.
Well,
Broccoli.
now you're talking about the reindeer
But do
food.
you use like the ranch dip? Is it the ranch dip? You
Well-
use the
Well,
light
he
ranch
does
dip,
like
or-
to try,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to get him to go au naturel.
All natural, really, just for the crunchy
that's
stuff.
good.
You're gonna.
Santa, bad Santa.
So, does that mean that you mean Santa's going to be a vegan?
Well,
vegetarian?
No, but I do think, and now you try.
Santa's a connoisseur of all of the world's.
Yes.
Yes, you know, I just absolutely love Scottish haggis.
Haggis?
Yes, it's a wonderful. Well, it's made of liver.
Liver.
Yes.
Liver again. We're talking about liver again.
And German schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Oh,
like a Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener schnitzel and pate.
Pate.
Yes, French pate. That's very good.
Very good. Very interesting.
But I find that one of the things that I like the most is the chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip.
The problem is that think about how many houses he stops at.
Oh, that's a lot
around
of
the world.
chocolate
That
chips.
is a lot of chocolate chips.
Yes, it is.
Don't you think an occasional carrot
or
a stalk of broccoli would?
I think that's good, and it's good for the reindeer too.
That's true. That is very true.
Do you know what Rudolph's favorite treat is?
No.
Bubble gum.
Bubble gum?
Of course. But
I never would have figured bubble gum.
But I can't let him chew it while we're airborne.
Why?
For fear he might blow a bubble, it would pop over his nose and I'd lose my radar.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my goodness.
Good heavens, that would be terrible.
That would be
wouldn't it?
terrible. Well, don't go anywhere because we're going to take a break. And here we do have sponsors for our show.
Oh,
and we're going to hear from our wonderful sponsors, and then we'll come back, and I want you to tell us about Winterfest.
Oh, I would love to.
Wonderful. So stay with us.
Remember the old-time neighborhood service station? You know, the one where they actually service your car. Well, it's not a thing of the past at Atkinson's BP, located at 2800 East Cervantes Street. Ray Atkinson has been a service station dealer for over 34 years. Mr. Atkinson and his sons, Tim and Larry, believe in quality service and repair. Come to Atkinson's BP at 2800 East Cervantes.
I do want to remind everyone that that if they have more questions about Santa, that they can go to our website and they can find out more information about these CDs that are available, 100 Questions About Santa Claus, answered by actually Pensacola children. Santa and Mrs. Santa, I am so glad that you guys came to join us this evening.
We are so pleased and honored to be here.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Now, you are also making appearances at Winterfest. And
Yes.
Oh, we are, yes.
We have a wonderful time. You have wonderful children here.
Oh, yes.
And
Now,
we come and collect hugs.
oh, collecting hugs, that sounds like such a wonderful thing.
Well, you know, the elves need them, so we just take them back to them.
Do you really? Is that where they all
Of course,
go?
yes, that's where they go.
I love that idea.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Now, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us this evening?
Well, one thing. I noticed that you were talking earlier about Toys for Tots.
Yes.
And that is a very, very important thing. These children really need some support. And the United States Marine Corps Reserve is the organization that is primarily responsible for carrying on Toys for Tots. And they need your help. Every cent that you can spare, every toy that you can buy new, unwrapped, and deliver is gratefully appreciated.
Wonderful. And I know that there are all kinds of places where they can be dropped off.
Yes, there are.
I know that the Marine Corps has set these drop-off points. I believe one of them is Toys R Us.
Oh, wonderful. Well,
And
wouldn't
I
that
think
be
there are-
convenient?
Yes. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Buy it there, leave it there.
Yes, yes. Gotta like that. Well, I think that's wonderful advice for all of us to take, you know, to help out Toys for Tots and all those wonderful families and children to have a wonderful Christmas.
I would like to leave the children of Pensacola with a thought, and that is, even if you've been off the good list, it's real easy to get back on. Just start today.
Today, start now. Join us again next week for more Yadda Yadda. Thank you.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
I want to see that list again.